when you're in the MTC, you feel on top of the world. Your teachers make you feel like you're going to be such a great missionary. You feel the Spirit so strongly, and you feel so excited, and then you get to the mission field as this new missionary being trained, and your daily experiences are drastically different. And I was hoping, to feel that, wow, like I'm changing people's lives every day feeling, and I wasn't feeling the Spirit the same way. And it kind of shook me up a little bit. I thought, what's wrong, and why am I not feeling the same? I'm like, am I feeling the Spirit, or am I just so overwhelmed with culture shock and trying to understand people that can't really focus on feeling the Spirit? And maybe it's there, but I'm just, my fear and my stress and anxiety is smothering that. And so, and looking back, I think I was doing my best, and I don't think the Spirit was gone, but I do think it's something I've talked with other people about, and I've noticed a trend that a lot of sisters kind of, or maybe it's elders too, kind of feel that big difference. Like, it's like jumping off a cliff and into the water, and it's this completely different feeling. And I guess my word of advice would be to anyone who gets from the MTC to the mission field for the first even couple months, if you feel like you're kind of a failure, don't worry about it, because it's kind of normal to feel that way and to kind of get in the groove. And if you have a really spiritual experience once every 2 weeks, that's okay to feel that way. And because they're precious little gems that you find, and they're not pouring from the skies, and they take a lot of work before you get there. I did have a friend who served in Paraguay, and she had kind of not warned me, but explained, the experience she had, and how she said, when you ever have a hard time, just write me, and I'll, encourage you and reassure you that you're not the only one who's been through those things. And I think I kind of forgot about that. My first transfer, I had kind of a rocky, it was kind of like a thrown into the refiner's fire experience, which is really good, and I really needed that looking back. But I had a trainer who, we have a different personality, and she's more of a rough around the edges. She told me, I think it was one day when I was crying because I felt like I couldn't communicate well with people, and I couldn't understand them, and I felt so isolated from the world. And I felt emotionally like I want to talk to someone in English, and I want to just connect with someone. And I felt like I couldn't with the people I was teaching because of that language barrier. And with my companion, I understood her pretty well, but she wasn't the warm, fuzzy type. And I'm not saying that she's a bad person, we're just so different that way. And I remember her even saying one day, like, I'm not sweet, and if you need comfort, I'm probably not the person to come to for that. She said, you can cry if you want, and that's fine, but I'm not a sweet one, and I can't help you with that. And it was just so hard, and she was good for me. She taught me obedience. She was really, really strict, but I just wasn't, the time structure was so different. It was, be up, it's like military, and it was, obedience is so important, and I can testify of that, but it is something I wish I'd prepared for more before, was getting used to a schedule and sticking to it, and being used to being on time and being right on time. And I guess the most important thing I would want to tell somebody is, if you feel like you're not enjoying the mission at the beginning, don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like you're the only person that's felt that and that something's wrong with you. Because I felt that way. I thought, I'm not really enjoying this. I'm tired and I'm not enjoying this process, and I thought I would. And everybody you hear talk about in their talks, they're like, I love my mission so much, I want to go back. And I was thinking these first few months, this isn't really fun and I'm not really enjoying it. And I thought, what is wrong with me? I am a bad missionary. I thought I was really bad. And I didn't go home. That thought never crossed my mind, but I kind of wanted to at a certain point. And the circumstances were difficult at the beginning. I think Heavenly Father did that because He humbled me, and He really strengthened me by having, certain companionships, certain experiences. After 6 months in the field, things started to change, and I started loving the mission. Didn't mean it wasn't stressful. I still felt really stressed. I felt a lot of pressure to be perfect. But I loved my companions. I loved the people. I enjoyed it, and I felt close to the Lord. And the Spirit, I think when I stopped worrying about how good I was as a missionary and if I was doing everything right, when you stop worrying about that and just let yourself feel love and let the Spirit flow through you, it is more enjoyable, and you do feel more fulfilled. And so that's something I wish I had known, is that, and just talking to people now, I didn't realize most of my friends were feeling the exact same thing at the beginning of their missions. They were feeling like there was something wrong with them because they weren't enjoying it. And so sometimes you just have to push through those moments to find the sunshine. Sometimes you'll be in a rain cloud for months till the sunbeams start bursting through, And so I think that's the most important preparation I think you can have, is to anticipate that and endure and push through, because it's worth it.